Today we're taking a look at my nano reef tank here, and we're also going to take a look at this, well, a bigger to-be reef tank here really. Everything is pretty much set up here and it's basically ready to go. I did fill this up the other day and tried it with just fresh water around the return pump. I tried the streamers and everything looked good, and it's standing straight here, so everything should be good to go. I'm gonna go in and show you a little bit how I set this up a little bit later, but I think we should begin over with my current nano reef tank. So the nano reef, my idea with building this reef when I first started this, it was to basically make it a very simple reef, very beginner friendly. And I still think it is quite beginner friendly, but I've added a lot of tech around this tank that I didn't plan to do from the start. I basically just wanted a tank with in this case, a hang-on filter and basically just a streamer. I wasn't planning on using a skimmer at all, but I decided to get one and I don't regret it really. Right now it's running with the hang-on filter, the skimmer. I've got an ATO system set up, and I also have a reef doser over there because this is quite important, I think. I've seen that the corals respond better to have the consistency really. And it also makes it much easier to maintain this. And if I want to go away on vacation and stuff like that, this allows me to go without any issues at all. And that's a big plus really. Now this is a mixed reef I have here. There's quite a lot of soft corals in it. I do also have a couple of LPS corals and also a couple of SPS corals here. I'll go into them later here. I think I'm gonna have to record this later when it's dark outside because it's so much glaring in the windows right now. So I'll come back and show this a little bit later in the video. We will of course also have a look at the fishes and all the other animals I have in the nano tank later. Now I want to show you my new tank here. This is a 63-gallon tank approximately, or 240 liters. I think we'll end up somewhere around 90 gallons, including the sump in here, and that would be 300 liters or something like that. And we're going to start by looking at the actual filtration area here, the sump area. And this is basically what it looks like right now. Come here and I'll show you. So the water will be running down into the first chamber here. It will go underneath and up through this filter material that I put here. I made this by myself, and I'm gonna keep a sheet of filter floss above this to kind of catch particles. Then it's gonna flow into the third chamber, and I made a little basket here where I can actually put some active carbon or anything I want really, because there's a couple of holes here as you can see. And I built it so it gets a little bit of flow through the carbon or whatever I put in this basket. And the ATO system will also be put in the third chamber here, and I will also have the skimmer here. And then it flows through a couple of holes again into the last chamber where the return pump is, and it will get pumped up back into the tank again. I will of course also be adding some more filtration media or maybe some live rock for added filtration really. And if we look at the lights here, these are Orphec LED ramps, and I'm running one Blue Plus here and a Reef Day Plus also. This one is a little bit shorter, but it doesn't really matter. I try to keep this build on quite a budget, so both of these are used, but they are fully functioning and works basically like a charm. I'm gonna put them on so you can actually see the lighting itself. And this is how it looks with the lights on. And if we take a closer look here, the Blue Plus here, it's all blue, and the Reef Day Plus, that has some white lights and also some red ones. Not so sure about this one. You can see it's relatively dim, but I don't know if it's actually a IR light or something. Not sure, or maybe it's broken, but it's just one of them, so it's really not a big deal. Overall, I think this lighting here looks quite good. I haven't gotten myself any live rock yet, but if we take a closer look here, I have some, well, dead live rock, so to say. So I'm actually running this in osmosis water, and this has been in osmosis water for about, almost a week now, and I got some more here, and these have only been here for 1 day, and you can see the difference of the water color here. This is really sulky. I'm gonna have to clean them, and I'm gonna have to change water a couple of times for this to clear up and be just as good as this. I have also started curing some. Let's head over and have a look at them as well. So here are a couple of the dead live rock, so to say, that I've actually put in a nano tank here full of salt water. And I've started curing these. I'm gonna have to run the other ones inside the main tank here really. But it can be good to get a few of them going at least. It will probably help a little bit. Because once you have an established bacteria culture in some of the rocks, hopefully it will spread to the others, or at least I can get some of the rocks to do the heavy lifting in the beginning. Now, as you can see, there's a lot happening, and soon I will be able to start filling this up with salt water. And I'm going to show you everything I do here. I'm going to show everything from filling it with salt water all the way up to when this is full of hopefully thriving corals. But I'm pretty sure there's going to be some issues on the way. That's always the case almost. And yeah, it's going to be fun to actually get this one going. But now I think we should head over and have a closer look at all my corals, and also the fish, of course. This is my nanoreef, and right now it's looking really good. And we can start with looking at the fish here. This is my shark bass here. It's one of my favorites really. It's a really active fish, always coming forward begging for food. I've got a clownfish over here. There's a damselfish in the background here. Let's see if I can get focus on the damselfish. And this one here, this is my royal grama. Also a quite beautiful fish. I like the colors on this one. As for the corals in this tank, this is a mixed reef. So I got quite a lot of softies. This is a sarcophyton here, or toadstool I think they called. I've got some different psoas here. This is one type. This is another one. I'm not exactly sure about the names here, but got a small variety of them. Got some GSP here. I actually have 2 different types. Got this one that you can see here. And of course this one in the background here as well. I also have a couple of discosomas here, and this is a rhodactis. Now this big coral over here on the right side, this is a sinularia, and it's not huge, but for this small tank it's pretty big. I have another pretty similar coral over here, and these are actually 2 Kenya trees. And this coral here, this is one of my favorites. It's a pulsing xenia. Also got a little bit in the front here. But it looks way cooler when you have it in a calm place like this, where you can really see the pulsing. I do also have a couple of LPS corals. This is an aphilia here, a little bit bigger. I also have a pretty new small one here. And over here, this is a Duncan coral. It's also an LPS. Up here, on the top here, I've put a couple of SPS corals. Not exactly sure what types these are. I know that this one, at least, this is an acropora, so it's a little bit harder to keep it. This should be one of the easier ones though. And it looks to be thriving. It always has all the polyps out. I do have a couple of snails in here of different varieties. I do have a pom-pom crab, and I do have one of the hermit crabs. They're not out and about right now, so I'm gonna put in some food and we can see if we can get them to come out. Now here's the first one, and this is a Babylon snail. It's actually quite big, and as soon as I put food in the tank, it's a very fast snail as well. It comes quickly and tries to grab some of it. And this is a Trochus histrio. You can see in the background here the hermit crab is trying to get some food as well. Now here he is, my little pom-pom crab. It is supposed to have 2 anemones in its little claws here, but unfortunately I had a crash in this tank like half a year ago or so, and those anemones died. But it is doing just fine without them anyway. So this is how the tank looks right now then, and as I said, it's doing just fine now. Everything is growing nicely, and I'm actually really happy with it. So that was a little update on what's going on around here, and there's going to be a lot to show with the new tank, of course. That's going to be a lot of work, and it's going to be really fun to do that. But I also have a lot of stuff to show around the small nano tank here. For example, how I keep the nutrients in check, and some other tips and tricks I'm going to show forwards. I don't know if you noticed this small tank here. This is my only freshwater tank right now, and it's also doing really well. And I do run this with the same principle as I run the saltwater tank. Basically, I use RO water and I remineralize this by myself to target specific parameters. And I do this because I want to target the parameters that fits the fishes and all the other animals in the tank the best, really. And so far it seems to work really well. Some of the plants though are struggling a little bit. I'm not sure why, because I've measured every parameter I can in here basically, and it is where it's supposed to be, but they are not growing like the little extra bit that some of the stem plants here basically should be doing. They should be the ones growing the fastest. They are now growing the slowest. So there's something I have to tweak to get them to really take off, I think. It is looking good, don't get me wrong, but I just want that little extra growth in the stem plants basically. And I think the issue might be the light here. This is a pretty cheap light that I bought off of Amazon. So if I upgrade this, maybe that will help. But I could also try to get some root tabs or something in to get some more nutrient into the actual soil here. I'm going to tweak a little bit with that, and if you're interested in seeing that, I can show that as well. And yeah, basically that's all I have today. And there will be coming videos very shortly, especially with the new tank, because I'm just about to start that, and that's going to be really fun. And until then, I hope you have a great time, and I'll see you soon.